Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. It is with great honor that I accept this award from you this evening. I'd like to give 3 thank yous, if I may, in terms of accepting this award. The first thank you is to someone you all know. His name is Mike Cornish. He works with us here. And Mike, what you may not know is that Mike and I went to college together. And about a month before I was getting ready to graduate, Mike and I were discussing about where we were going to go to work. And I had not yet completed my strategic plan of how I was going to go out and find a job. In short, I had done nothing. And we were having a conversation. He said, well, I'm interviewing with the Xerox Corporation. Why don't you give it a try? So I called him up, and I got an appointment, and I went there, and I got an interview, and I passed through the first interview process. And so I was able to go on to the other interviews, and of course, the rest is history. So had I not had that conversation with Mike Cornish that day, I would have never been at the Xerox Corporation. The other thank you I want to give you to is, of course, is to the company itself. They provided all of us with an outstanding training program, 3 intensive weeks. And when we left that program, we not only had the knowledge, but we had the confidence to be able to go out there and talk to the customers and be able to do a good job in explaining about the products and services. The other part, of course, of the corporation and the local management. The management people who supported and helped me and pushed me along during that time, and those people were of a great value to me, and I'm very thankful. But the group that I really think made the difference was after I got the job and got into my own territory and started selling, I searched out what I thought to be the top 10 or 12 out of 200 salespeople who I thought were the best. And they were gracious enough and willing enough to spend time with me. And I went out with them, and I traveled, and I spent a half a day with them, this was over 2 or 3 months. And I would go on calls with them. They would take me on customer prospect calls and customer care calls and selling supply calls and disgruntled customer calls. I went on every single imaginable call. And after that, we'd go and have lunch. And I'd get my notepad out, and I'd say, why did you say this? Why didn't you say that? Why couldn't you have said this? Why couldn't you have said that? And it went on and on and on, and I continued to grill these people. And of course, you know who you are. But as I continued to do that and learn that information, I would then go back at night, and I'd scrub my notes. And I would take the information that I learned from each one of those, and I would compare it, and I ultimately decided on what I thought were the best approaches. And then I took that information and I had to internalize it because I couldn't do what they did. I had to do it my way. So I was able to take that information and use it and be able to explain it in a way that I felt that I would sound genuine when I was out there talking with customers. I think if there was one thing at the end of the day which has allowed me to be successful this year, it was the time that these people spent with me and took their time, and they were very generous with that. And I want to thank those people for that. And the best way I think I can thank those people would be to continue to be successful so that they can see that it actually works. So I really appreciate this award, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.